Alrighty, folks, here we go. So, it is about 5 a.m. right now, and as my usual 5 a.m. routine includes watching YouTube videos, I was just revisiting a video from one of my online friends. Her name's Mariah Karina, and I really believe that she's one of the most brilliant thinkers and speakers on the entire planet, and hardly anyone knows about her. She's got like, I don't know, 400 subscribers on YouTube. I think she's absolutely brilliant, and she had a video from like 2015 where she was talking about she wanted Kanye to run for president. So I was like, oh my gosh, I remember she made a video about that. So I'm gonna go back and see like what she talks about in that video. So I went back and rewatched it, and she just has all these brilliant uh, downloads that she shares in there. And one of them is that like she talks about how Kanye smokes weed. This light is way too bright. I'm just gonna fucking move it like that. Um, anyways, maybe I'm not lit up enough now. I don't really care because I'm excited to share this message with you because I know that it's super potent and important. So, one of the things she says is about how, Kanye smokes weed and how she wants a president who is like connected to the plants and connected to, psychedelic medicines. And what she said is she quoted the wonderful Terence Mckenna, who I'm going to put up this art here. This is from my friend here in Pittsburgh. Seth Leibowitz is an amazing artist. He did this painting of Terence Mckenna, and I traded some of my book for this print, and or maybe I traded some head massagers. I think that's what it was. Anyways, Terence McKenna is a psychedelic philosopher. He passed on a number of years ago, but he's absolutely brilliant. If you haven't heard of him, definitely check him out. He's got a freaking zillion videos, which are all just like mind-blowing. So Mariah Karina quotes Terence McKenna, and she talks about how in many indigenous cultures and tribal cultures that were connected to Mother Earth, connected to the land, they had these sacred medicines and plant rituals that would help people, especially like teenagers, to reach altered states of consciousness and kind of tune in to these different realms. And she talks about how it's only like Western man and like the super like mind focused thing that thinks that we could be totally okay without being like humbled by the plants and like humbled that we are dependent on the freaking plant nation to live. And we've literally constructed like all of these belief systems and societal structures thinking that like with our rational minds we can just like dominate nature and like we can understand everything through our rational minds without taking into account all these altered states of consciousness and all of these like insights from these plant and fungi teachers. And when that hit me, it was just so profound. I was like, and I've already known this, but it just was another wave of like integration of like, yes, that is why our society is so insane. We've literally like, we're living on this freaking planet that is a living planet pulsing us with like information, but we've basically created like a bubble of our society above concrete, and we've cut ourselves off from the freaking source of life and intelligence, and we've tried to create all these systems thinking that we're more important than nature, thinking that we're better than nature, all these different things, but we're not. We are vitally interconnected, and like that's what we need to fucking wake up to. And that's what these different plant medicines help us to do. They help us to like humble our fucking animal monkey minds to realize that like we are emanations of this planet. We are literally like little pieces of earth that have turned into human form. It's fucking crazy if you really think about it. So that was just like a profound realization to remember that like the reason why our society is so fucking insane and so many people are going crazy is because we've literally created a fake bubble society that doesn't take into account how interconnected we are to the plant and animal and fungi and everything else nations on this planet. So, with that said, I wanted to share that potent download, and you know, I do think that it's very important for us to understand these altered states of consciousness that we experience through psychedelic plant medicines. And I have been very grateful and privileged and honored to experience many of these plant medicines over my life. And, you know, magic mushrooms has vastly influenced my journey. Actual DMT that you smoke has very influenced my journey. Ayahuasca, which contains DMT, which is the plant, the combination that you drink as a tea, has vastly influenced my journey. Those main three are the primary ones that have really helped me on my path. And you know, literally in the past like 5 years, I've basically done pretty much zero high dose plant medicine journeys, because what I've been doing is integrating all of the things that I learned and experienced from these journeys 5+ years ago. And what I honestly want to share right now is that like I basically received like a homework assignment from Mama Ayahuasca, which was to compile all of these different things that I was learning about and studying and practicing into a book that would be a simple format to explain these concepts to people, even if they hadn't ever done plant medicines. And I compiled them all into this book called Unlocking Our Superpowers. My previous name is Philolila, and this literally is like 20 books squeezed into one book. And these are all the different like downloads and insights and things that I have come across in my journey within plant medicine ceremonies and outside of them. But I wanted to like turn them into a format that people could digest and integrate into their life, that wasn't like esoteric, that was very down to earth. So that's what this is in my book. I really do want to share this book with more people. If you're interested, you could get it on Amazon. You could get it straight from me. If you send me a message, I could send you a signed copy. And so I published this in 2016, and I felt like this huge weight off my chest. I was like, okay, I finished my homework assignment. I'm good, you know. And then the next summer, I moved to Asheville, North Carolina, which is a super potent place. People say that the world's largest quartzite crystal is underneath Asheville. And as I was like living there, mostly just living outside, connected to nature, I was like flooded with all these downloads and all these insights. It was like Mother Nature was like literally teaching me and communicating all these things to me, basically telling me that like I was like a willing student in her class, and I needed to like take notes on all these different things. And then it was my duty to like share this with all the other people, because a lot of people are not sitting outside in nature all day like listening to the messages. And so literally I felt guided to write a whole nother book, which is like the part 2 to Unlocking Our Superpowers. This is called The New Earth is Here, and the full title is The New and Ancient Earth is Here, because everything in this book and my other book, it's all a fusion of like this ancient wisdom which many indigenous and tribal cultures have kept alive, or maybe some of it has gone dormant over the years, but it's now like spiraling back up into our modern era, and we're remembering all of these ancient teachings. And we're also in this like new paradigm of having different technologies available to us, and so we're fusing this new and ancient energy. And so I know that I'm supposed to share this with more people. This is like all the insights. This book has more of a feminine energy, whereas the Superpowers book has more of a masculine energy. But they're both like 2 parts to a zipper, I like to say. So This book is also on Amazon. I could also send out signed copies if you're interested. But this is literally like a simplification of many different concepts which I've spent thousands of hours studying and practicing myself. And a lot of it is like a direct message from these plant teachers or Pachamama, Gaia, Mother Earth herself. Like, I feel like I've been guided to just like open myself up to this communication with these different plant and fungi and, animal realms. And it's my mission to like share this information with more people. So here I am trying to do that, but I was just really sparked by this video from Mariah Carina. I highly recommend checking out her whole channel. I'll post links to her videos below. But she's just an extremely brilliant woman, and I also highly recommend checking out more of Terence Mckenna's work. I'll try and post a link to Seth Leibowitz, who's the artist of this. He's absolutely incredible. Terence McKenna Terence McKenna just cracks me up. I will say Terence McKenna is commonly known for like advocating the five grams of dried mushrooms in pure darkness. I personally don't recommend that. If you're gonna try magic mushrooms, definitely start with a lower dose. And I just think that these are all very potent medicines, and they need to be treated with like the utmost respect and caution and gentleness. With that said, in the higher doses, if you're in a safe space and have someone holding space for you, that is when you do often have these more profound experiences. So anywho, the main message here is that we do need to vitally reconnect to Mother Earth, to the plant nations, to the fungi nations, and there's so many ways to do that. I mean, you don't have to do psychedelics. You can be connected in nature more. I literally think it is like imperative that everyone walk barefoot directly on Mother Earth every single day. I've been doing this for many years, and it's like crucial to my well-being, and I think it can benefit our mental health, emotional health, physical health, spiritual health, everything. Literally just try and do at least 15 minutes a day and go from there. We're literally being bombarded with healing energy from Mother Earth 24/7, but if we're not walking barefoot, we're not going to receive the energy nearly as much. So, you can do that. Also, like cleaning up your diet, figuring out ways you can have like whole living foods, not all these processed garbage things. Just try and get things close to the source. If you can get them local from a local farmer, that's the best. If you can get them organic, if you can grow them locally in your backyard, that's amazing. Just trying to nourish your body with living vital energy is crucial. In the same line with that, getting clean water. If you have filtered water or something, get some of the trace mineral drops. You can put those in to remineralize the water. So like having good quality water is crucial. I highly recommend getting one of these Life Factory glass reusable bottles, so you never have to use a plastic water bottle like ever again, unless you have the 5-gallon ones or something. I love this water bottle. It's only like $20. It's glass. You can wash it easily. Pro tip, you do have to wash these every 2 weeks or so because they get grimy. And that's the bad thing about those metal ones that have the small cap. You can't like get in there to clean them very well. So I'll post a link to the Life Factory water bottles. So you've got the good food, the good water, connection to earth. These are all the 6 pillars of a holistic lifestyle that I teach in my courses, which, by the way, if you ever want to do a class with me or one-on-one coaching, I'm super excited to work with more people on these things. So we got these 6 pillars of a holistic lifestyle. We got food and water's all connected, connection to Mother Nature, the diet, which I mentioned, having healthy relationships, learning about nonviolent communication, conflict resolution skills. These are crucial for having healthy relationships. And a huge part of healthy relationships is learning how to love ourselves and take care of our own needs and not always being dependent on other people, so that we can do self-sourcing, self-soothing, self-care, self-love. All that good stuff is very nice. In fact, let's take a deep breath and just be with ourselves for a moment here. I invite you to put your hands on your chest and just close your eyes for a minute. The world's not going to end if you do it, I promise. So a fun thing is to realize that the word self could contain the word cell. Like, we are all a cell in the body of planet Earth. We're like a tiny little cell in this giant superorganism that is humanity, that is Mother Earth. And so if you take care of your cell, of your little self here, then you will be contributing that same vibration to the whole world. And so that's a very helpful thing to remember in all of this. So keeping these different pillars of the holistic lifestyle is crucial to being balanced, staying connected to Mother Earth, Pachamama. Walking 15 minutes a day is my invitation and challenge and proclamation to any of you watching this. It is truly amazing. My favorite thing is to find some good grass in a local park or something that you can just walk, you can sit in it. Just having that skin-to-skin contact with Mother Earth is phenomenally healing. And lastly, if you're interested in either of my books, I will post the links to Amazon below. Or if you're interested in a signed copy, please message me on Facebook, email, YouTube, whatever, and I can hook you up with a signed copy. So anyways, thank you for watching. I felt inspired to make this here at 5 a.m. I'm a pretty big nocturnal night owl, as you may know. And yeah, thanks for watching. I hope you have a magical day. Remember that every day is a brand new day to start new patterns, new cycles, new everything. It's a brand new now moment with quantum possibilities. So remember that, and I'll talk to you soon. Peace.